I'm going to try and make the fret markers, if you like. I'm using a bit of hardboard. It's like a fibre board of some kind. It's called hardboard anyway, as far as I know. To make any complicated shapes that might have to follow around on what is already on the guitar, I've used just a normal piece of card, and you just basically put it around the part you want to do. Just rub out the outline like that, and just cut round that, and put it on your fibre board, and you can see you've got an outline of what you need. Just cut it a little bit on the big side, and then if you need to, you can always rub it down to get it to fit just right, and then that will match any curves or anything that's already on the steel. So you can actually independently make a fretboard, and then you screw it onto the steel afterwards. Once you've made this, you can put some marks on the side of the steel, one there and one there, if you like, on the steel. Then mark your piece of paper, which I've done with this one. You mark them there, and the same on the steel where you've actually made your mark. Put it on an oblong piece of hardboard, and then you can then line up the lines. There's a line there and a line here. If you line those up, you'll see that they match exactly. And then you just draw around on your hardboard, then cut it out, and then file it down to make it exactly right. Okay, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use what was famously known as sticky back plastic. Now this is just like a plastic decorative self-adhesive foil, that's what they call it. And that's going to be basically the top of the fretboard. And then once I've done that, I'm going to use this is foil tape. Now foil tape is what they use for sealing air ducts. It's sticky back, same as the adhesive, self-adhesive foil. It's sticky back just the same. So hopefully what I'm going to try and do is make what looks like chrome frets. I'll find a nice clean piece, and then what I'll do is I'll cut it into very fine strips. Then I'll peel off the back end, and when I've actually measured up on the guitar with my chromatic tuner all the way up on an E string or whatever, we should know exactly where we are by placing this on the steel where it's supposed to go, and then go on from there. I'll show you that in a minute. I've put the sticky back plastic on to a piece of hardboard, and I've also stuck a piece of masking tape along the edge of the hardboard, along the side of the sticky back plastic. And if you see there, I've actually put markings on it, which I've used a tuner, and this is the tuner down here. It's a marvellous piece of equipment. It actually picks up vibration off of any part of the body. So when you actually go to put the frets on, it will tune, it will sense the vibration and give you the right, it changes colour. And that's a digital chromatic clip-on tuner, It's also got the pitch control, which if you're playing with a band, it's called tempered tuning. As you can see, that standard concert pitch is 440, but if you move this, you can actually get 42, 43 and 33, 34, 35, whatever. You can do that later on. It's not important at the moment. Now 440, that's what we're using on the E string. And what I've done is I've used my dobro bar. You can use a normal steel that you use for playing the pedal steel guitar, but I use this one, which is a dobro bar. And what I've actually done is on the end of this bar, I've marked the center of the actual piece that goes on the string, and I've also marked the corner. And by marking the corner, you can actually put it on exactly where you want it, and you can actually see where you have to line up and mark where the actual fret goes. So that's that. I've actually steadied by putting masking tape across there so that the actual fretboard doesn't move, because if it moves, then your marker is going to be in the wrong place. The worst scenario is if you've got it all wrong, you can just take it all off and start again. Okay. Now I'm going to try and put the frets on, which will be the aluminium, sticky back aluminium that's used for holding lagging on, or holding hot air duct pipes. I think that's what it's for. I'm not sure. So we're going to try that next. This is also experimental. I've not tried it this way before. It may not work. I might just have to paint the fretboard and then just paint on the frets. So it might be all in vain. We shall see. Okay, I've started to put a few frets on. I've actually put masking tape on both sides so that I can put the square and make sure I've got a line on both sides of the fretboard that I can pull my aluminium tape onto. This is the aluminium tape. It's got sticky back on it. I'm measuring it off in 2mm strips. It's a bit fine. I think you could probably go to 3mm, but I've made it on 2mm, and I've done that with my digital caliper.